CAPSA's mission is to provide safe, caring shelter, advocacy, and support for victims of domestic violence and sexual assault, and to reduce incidents of abuse through prevention education. Ultimately, what we do is advocate, inform, and empower. That's the work that we do every day.
I had the opportunity to work with a woman who had been in a very abusive marriage for over 10 years.
I've had a client come in and express anxiety over doing a simple task like getting her car fixed or going to the car wash.
We had a woman come into shelter. It was the middle of winter. She showed up without any shoes on. She and her children, none of them had shoes on. Her husband would check out their shoes. He knew if they didn't have shoes, they couldn't leave.
I can think of one individual. She was a woman who had very little parenting skills, really due to the environment that she had grown up in and then in the domestic violent relationship she was in.
I was working with a man at one point who he fit the demographic of kind of your typical farmer. He disclosed to me that he had been in a very abusive marriage and he had never told anyone about it because of the shame that he felt of that.
I remember a client and her children coming in, and it was as if there was nothing inside of her. You could tell there was no hope, no light.
Sexual assault and domestic violence really doesn't have boundaries. It happens across the whole spectrum of age. We work with children, we work with teens, college students, we work with middle age, we work with seniors. It doesn't matter if you come from wealth or if you have always known poverty. The realities of domestic violence is the same across the board. The pain is the same in every status.
In the entryway of CAPSA, there's a quote on the wall, and we think it exemplifies or really speaks to what survivors experience and how they come out of the services that we provide.
Out of the ashes, I will rise and be reborn.
Out of the ashes,
out of the ashes, I will rise.
I will rise.
I will rise and be reborn.
Out of the ashes, I will rise and be reborn.
With a flame in
With
my
a
soul.
flame
With a flame
in my soul.
With a flame in my soul.
This quote came from a survivor who had attended one of our support groups. And she said, I walked into that support group and I saw and met women who'd experienced things that similar to what I had experienced, and I knew I was not alone. She went on to get a degree and work as a machinist.
And now she's excited about the future. She has self-confidence again.
As small as they may seem, she was able to go get her car fixed, go get into the car wash and not experience that anxiety.
She was telling me about the program that she was enrolled in at USU. And her little son grabbed her shirt and was yanking on it saying, Mom, 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 when I go to college. And this was a client who was a first-generation college student. And it still gives me chills to talk about it, but you know at that point that you've changed generations.
A lot of people that I've met with have said, I have a voice, and that has been one of the most powerful statements that I have heard over and over again.
There is no way we could do this work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week without the support from the community. I think it's something that's inspiring to me every day. While we sometimes see the worst of what's happening in our community, we also get the honor of seeing the best of our community and the support that they give to us every year. We're so grateful for that support.